Gotham at night, the skyline drowned in fog and neon as a bold title card cuts through the darkness. The city waits for its dark night. This is the beginning of a new hunt where crime trembles and justice wears a cape. Batman moves like a shadow with a purpose. A stark comic page flashes by, stamped with the marks of publication and the legend of Bob Kane. The stage is set for a winning team. The name Batman looms over Gotham like a warning to the wicked. Every alley, every rooftop, every secret is about to be tested. The city breathes in the dark, and somewhere beneath that silence, trouble is already stirring. The dark night is coming. And in Gotham, when Batman enters the scene, the night itself seems to hold its breath. Gotham broods beneath a velvet black sky, and a twisted wave of mad pranks has left the city laughing with dread. Somewhere in that chaos, Batman and Robin are closing in on the source. Through the maze of mirth, the answer emerges at last, the lean, menacing figure of the Joker hidden behind the city's sick joke. The Dark Knight has found the truth. Far from the streets, in the home of socialite Bruce Wayne and his young ward, Dick Grayson, a colder worry lingers. Even in the quiet, Gotham's shadows refuse to rest.
Say, Bruce, do you really think the Joker died when he fell from that lighthouse into the water? That question's been bothering me too. I wish I knew the answer.
But one thing you can be certain of. If the Joker's alive, there's going to be more devilry afoot.
The room hangs in tense silence as the warning settles over them like a funeral shroud. In Gotham, no evil ever truly stays buried. Gotham at dawn, the city still slick with night and bad intentions. In the morning paper, a strange ad waits like a trap, practical jokers wanted. At 13 Gloom Street, desperate applicants crowd in, only to be tested by a man with cruel eyes and a sharper grin. His pranks are no jokes at all.
So you're all practical jokers, eh? What do you do?
I give people the hot foot. I call them in the night and tell them their house is on fire. I yank chairs out from under M, pull hats down over their eyes like this.
One by one, the truly vicious remain. Then the table turns and the jokes become evidence, objects tied to major crimes, each one marked by the fingerprints of fools.
Now that the others have gone, line up and pass by this table. Pick up an object. Yes, that's it. Each of these items was used in a crime. I could hand you over to the police, and they could accuse you of being involved. There's not much choice, is there? Good. Now I'm going to let you do what you like most, play jokes on people, and what jokes they are going to be.
Days later, Gotham trembles under false fire alarms and twisted pranks spread through the streets like a curse. Somewhere in the dark, the true mastermind finally shows his face, the Joker's grin cold as a knife.
If you work for me, you make money. Refuse and it means jail, perhaps death. Which is it, money or jail?
There's no fire here. I'd like to get my hands on the gun that turned that call in.
But in Gotham, every prank leaves a stain, and every laugh hides a threat. The Dark Knight is already moving, following the trail before the next joke turns deadly. Gotham at night, shadows lengthening over grimy streets and crooked smiles. Tonight, the city is being poisoned by jokes that are anything but funny. A man steps into the shower only to be scalded by boiling water. In Gotham, even the taps have turned traitor. Across town, a bank erupts into chaos as a man hurls handfuls of money into the air. Then a teller spots the truth: counterfeit bills, a filthy trick.
Money, money, haha, get out of my way.
Stop, this money is counterfeit.
And somewhere behind the madness, the Joker basks in the panic, delighting in every scream, every collapse, every mistake.
Haha, I'm glad you're enjoying yourselves. Now we'll play even finer jokes on the public.
Road signs are altered, bottles are poisoned. A train is sent screaming onto the wrong track, while the Joker's laughter rises above the wreckage like smoke. Then the sky itself turns against Gotham as a plane swoops low and scatters leaflets over the city. Whatever comes next, the joke is getting deadlier. Gotham at night is a black sea of rooftops and rain-slick streets where every shadow feels alive. Tonight, a taunting note has turned the city's fear into a fever.
Haha, I'm responsible for the practical jokes that you've been victim of lately. I laugh at you, and I laugh at the blundering police who will be unable to stop me. I will also try to steal my diamond.
At police headquarters, Commissioner Gordon burns with frustration as the Joker's mockery spreads through the city. The criminal's laughter has become a public insult no officer can ignore.
Take it easy, Gordon. You're likely to burst a blood vessel. How can I take it easy while the Joker laughs at the whole police force? My name is Henry Verne. Read this note I received this morning. Tomorrow night I will enter your home and steal the great diamond you possess. The Joker. What can I do? The Joker will surely steal my diamond.
You hope, and at that moment, you have done well. The public and the police are so aroused against me that our plans will catch them off guard.
The next night, a strange tension grips the policemen posted around the Verne home. Inside, Henry Verne paces like a trapped animal while the darkness waits.
I can hear Verne pacing up and down inside. Boy, is he nervous. I don't blame him. This waiting around for the Joker is getting to me too.
Come on, Robin. We've got a date with the Joker.
Then two mantled figures cut through Gotham's gray streets like living shadows, Batman and Robin, racing toward the Verne home. But when they arrive, they find the defenders down, and the Joker's grin already waiting.
Look, they're unconscious, and with that Joker grin on their faces. Come on, let's hope we're not too late. Let's step it up.
H-Fa Funneman, well, the Batman, I was wondering what had kept you.
Now, you don't have to wonder anymore.
Hold him, Batman. I'm coming to help.
Don't you think you're going to need a little help yourself? What, another Joker?
Robin's surprise leaves him wide open for a vicious blow, and the room erupts as more grinning faces pour in from the doorway. An avalanche of Jokers floods the chamber.
Holy cats, either I've gone crazy or I'm having a nightmare.
Hey, it was a false face. They're all wearing false faces. What now? Shall we finish them for good?
No, he wants them alive, so they may hear him laugh at them. Now let's go.
Wow, somebody stopped that floor from spinning around. Jokers, thousands of them must have been a mad dream. Maybe, but this bump on my head feels awfully real for a dream. Say, what's that on the floor? If you will examine this diamond closely, you will find it is only a glass door knob. It is as phony as my name, Henry Verne.
Gotham at night, shadows lengthening over a city that never truly sleeps. In a hotel far from the light, the Joker's trap is already in motion.
Duke, why, he's the Joker. Get on your duds, Dickie, my boy. We're going to get the Joker. And this time it's no joke.
At that very moment, two policemen are dragged into the Duke's room, helpless against the chaos. The Joker moves with terrible ease, stripping away identities like they're nothing more than costumes.
They'll sleep for a few hours now. Remove their clothing while I work with the makeup.
With a few deft movements of those slim hands, the disguise is complete. Seconds later, the imposters step forward, perfect copies of the Duke and his aides.
Now put on their clothing, and I'll get to work on your faces.
And so, minutes later, into the great banquet hall stride the false Duke Mitchell and his aides. The room brightens with applause, unaware of the poison beneath the smile.
And so we give this, our contribution, for the use of food and clothes to your people.
Thank you, thank you.
My people will put it to very good uses.
And then through the cheering and the lies, another figure approaches, the real danger still wearing a human face. Here comes the Duke now, and the night is about to turn monstrous. From Gotham's grimy vantage points, Joker's men swarm the streets below, desperate to save their boss and the $10,000 he's stolen. Gotham's night is a tunnel of steel and shadow as a train gate slams shut behind the Joker. Batman and Robin arrive a heartbeat too late.
We're too late. Not yet, come on. I've got a trick up my sleeve.
To ha ha ha.
Where are we going?
To catch a train. Hold tight. I'm going to give this baby all she's got.
They roar onto the road, racing the iron beast beside the tracks. Desperation gives them wings as Batman and Robin hurl themselves toward the hurtling train.
There she is, Robin. Get ready to jump at the crossing. We made it.
And with not much to spare. Now let's get the Joker.
There's the Joker now, cornered between two cars, nowhere to run as Gotham closes in around him.
Somebody stop him.
Trapped between steel and speed, the Joker has only one choice left. Gotham's night is split open by a roaring train, its cars swaying like a steel serpent through the dark. High above the tracks, a madman climbs toward disaster.
Look, the Joker's going down again. I wonder what he's up to now.
Between two lurching cars, the Joker hangs over the couplings, laughing at death itself. Below him, the wheels thunder on, hungry and merciless.
Jump, Robin, jump.
So you made it, you won't hang there long. I'm sending you to be mangled under the wheels. Ha 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 ha.
Batman reaches the dangerous gap, strong hands snapping toward the couplings as the train bucks beneath him. One wrong move and Gotham's Dark Avenger is finished.
Not yet, Joker. Not yet, by a long chance.
Steel screams in the wind as the Dark Knight fights to loosen the deadly grip that holds the train together. And somewhere ahead, the Joker's laughter rises again, promising even greater madness. Gotham at night, the streets far below swallowed in smoke and shadow. High above the city, a raging battle erupts atop a speeding car. One slip means death.
Again.
A savage blow sends Batman sprawling across the lurching roof, but the Dark Knight gathers himself in a heartbeat, surging upward with brutal force.
A good one, this time you're going off, Batman.
Batman explodes back to his feet and drives a fist into the Joker's jaw. For one terrible moment, the clown prince of crime teeters on the edge of the car, clawing at empty air.
This is it.
But fate hangs by a thread in Gotham, and the Joker is never easy to kill. Did Batman win, or has the city only been given another nightmare to survive? Gotham at night, the streets drowned in shadow as a desperate man runs for his life. High above, two masked figures watch from the darkness. Batman and Robin, the dynamic duo, take up the trail once more. A chance lead has drawn them toward a master criminal and a trap waiting to spring. Across the crime-ridden city, danger stalks the innocent and the bold alike. Yet tonight, the bat signal of justice is answered by the Dark Knight himself. Men and women may blunder into peril without a thought for their own lives, but Batman and his laughing young aide never turn away. They hunt the evil at its source.
Robin, we've got the trail.
Right, Batman. Let's move before he disappears.
Somewhere ahead, the master criminal's strange plan is already closing like a noose, and the hunt for the terrible trouble trap begins in earnest. Batman and Robin leap into action as the night itself seems to conspire against them. In Gotham, one wrong step can mean disaster.
Okay, he's through. Yeah, we did it.
You rotters are killers. Let me alone, give me a chance. I'll give you a chance.
Holy cats, what do we do with him? Choke them, break their necks.
Gotham at night, the alleys are black as sin, and a monstrous pair of hands tighten around Batman and Robin. The Dark Knight thrashes, fighting for one more breath.
Get off me.
With one desperate kick, Batman jolts the brute just enough to break the death grip. His hand shoots to his utility belt, finding the last trick he has left. A glass pellet flies free and erupts into a choking curtain of black smoke. In the sudden haze, the giant stumbles and loses his hold.
Okay, big boy, drop him.
Then the night is split open by a police siren. The truck roars away from the curb, taking the darkness with it and vanishing around the corner on two wheels.
How's your throat?
It hurts, I can hardly breathe.
Coppers, come on.
Gotham at night, shadows lengthening across rain-slick rooftops as Batman and Robin close in on a suspect. The trail leads to Henry Abbott and something far darker beneath his withdrawals.
Look, he's withdrawn large sums of money from his bank at various intervals.
Very curious. Better leave before the police arrive.
The Dark Knight senses the night's crimes are only beginning. Somewhere in Gotham, a hidden hand is moving pieces into place.
Right.
The next day, daylight offers no comfort, only a brief, uneasy calm before the storm. Bruce Wayne turns from the cowl long enough to face an old friend.
Can I go out and play for a while?
Not until you finish your homework.
Homework grumbles.
Later, Bruce visits an old friend, but the air is thick with suspicion. The man tries to laugh it off until Bruce reveals what he needs.
What's on your mind? You look worried.
Eyes not.
Ha, never mind announcing me, you got it for me.
Use knows not now. Tonight, I'll have it tonight.
A killer from last night steps out of the shadows, and the friendly exchange turns instantly lethal. Bruce is cornered, but fear only sharpens the mask beneath his skin.
Okay, I'll be back at 8. Better have it, or we'll play a couple of records for ya.
No, I'll have it.
Gotham breathes in the dark, its rooftops drowned in rain and shadow as Bruce Wayne slips through a conversation with cold, practiced ease.
Who was that boorish fellow? He was very impatient. Nobody important, nobody at all. Bruce, would you mind running along now? I'm very busy. See you again sometime. You said it, I'm coming here at 8 o'clock to find out your business with that killer.
That night, 8 o'clock sharp, outside Carl Dwyer's home, a blotched shape glides over the windowsill and slips inside while danger waits at the door.
Ichi, got it now.
Yes, I had to borrow it from my friends.
You promised to bring me the record, I paid you.
The record is yours after the next month's payment. See you next month.
As the hoodlum hurries down a lonely street, paranoia needles his spine because he's right to be afraid. He swears something is following him, and in Gotham's blackened night, something definitely is.
A Swami, a hoodlum, a murdered man, 2 giant Hindus, and Carl Dwyer. What connection binds them all?
I know, it was payment for records, it doesn't make sense.
Maybe it will after I have a chat with Dwyer.
Why did you give money to that thug? What does he have to do with Granda the Mystic?
At a party, someone suggested we visit Granda the Mystic. He took us into his room one at a time. He told us to look into the crystal, look deep. Then I grew sleepy, and later he called me back with a record. He played it, and it told all about an escapade from college, something harmless then, but enough to ruin me if it got out. Granda wanted money for the record, or else.
Gotham at night, shadows lengthening over rain-slick streets and rotten secrets. Someone thinks they've escaped the trap, but the Dark Knight is already 3 moves ahead.
He probably has a whole group of fools like myself on his blackmail list. There's only one thing to do: call the police. Hello, Gordon. This is the Batman. I suggest you raid the establishment of Granda, the society mystic. He's running a blackmail racket.
The next day, police swarm the building under a hard gray sky, tearing through drawers and stacks of paper. They're searching for books, for anything that might expose the scheme.
What's the meaning of this, searching for books or anything else that pertains to blackmail?
But Grander receives a visitor before the night is over. Behind a mask of calm, the stranger asks the question everyone in Gotham fears.
You have to ask my advice. Yeah, can you give me the lowdown on the Batman? This Batman guy is always shoving my boys around. Want to rub him out?
Give me 2 days, and I promise to deliver the Batman in your hands.
Not a thing, Commissioner.
You see, I see. And if I'm wrong, I apologize. Looks like the Batman is wrong this time.
Then once outside, the visitor makes a queer move, swift as a shadow slipping through a crack in the dark. He peels away the makeup, strips off the outer clothes. and the Batman stands revealed beneath.
So this mug wants to find out who the Batman is, eh? Yes, I will revenge myself on him for attacking you and the Giants.
Gotham at night, shadows lengthening over rain-slick streets as nurse Linda Page is dragged from her home. This isn't the first time her name has brushed against Batman's cases.
I get it, boss. Bring her here and maybe we can make her talk.
I tell you, I don't know a thing.
Shut up and get moving.
The car leaps from the curb, but above it, two silent shapes drop from the darkness onto the roof. Gotham barely has time to breathe before the night strikes back.
Hello.
Terrified by the sight of the dark night, the kidnappers scramble from the car, leaving Linda vulnerable in the chaos. Batman moves like a shadow with a purpose.
Listen carefully.
He's got her, Batman's got her.
With Linda blindfolded and the criminals stunned, the vigilante becomes something even more frightening than a ghost in the dark. He's the answer they never expected.
Here she is, boss. Al is outside with the car. What next?
Perhaps twist her arms till she decides to talk.
In Gotham, fear is a weapon, and tonight, Batman turns it against the men who thought they could hide in the dark. Gotham at night, the streets drowning in fog and menace, as Commissioner Gordon is alerted to a kidnapping in the city's darkest corners. Bathed in shadow, Granda's sanctum waits like a trap with a heartbeat.
Better get over to Granda's place. He's got Linda Page kidnapped.
Inside the sanctum, fear tightens its grip as Joe twists the captive's arm, trying to keep her silent. But Robin has already phoned the police, and the rescue is already racing toward disaster.
Your boss, I won't tell, I won't tell.
Twist her arm, Joe. Make sure she stays quiet.
The police car barrels through the night, only to meet another vehicle in a violent collision, metal screaming against metal.
I'm all right. How is everyone else? Just a bit shaken up, sir. We'll need another car.
But danger is already closing in from every side. Joe's nerves fray as the promised police response never arrives, and then with one eerie click, the sanctum is swallowed by darkness.
What's the matter, Joe? Losing your grip? Something's wrong. The police should have been here long ago. You put the lights out, Joe.
Gotham at night, shadows lengthening like claws across the city. Inside the room, the lights snap on, revealing a towering figure in the glare, the Batman.
You were Joe.
You're getting smarter by the minute.
Batman lunges forward, but Granda's foot strikes a hidden floor button. Somewhere beneath the floorboards, danger stirs to life. From the darkness, the Hindu giants lumber into the room like living barricades. The air turns heavy with menace as Batman squares off against impossible odds.
Holy smoke, the big boys again.
Nimble as a cat, the Dark Knight slips beneath the blade at the last instant, but the second giant closes in, looming over him like a falling wall.
Hi, fella.
Just in time, Batman, here comes the other shrimp.
And then trapezing into the room with youthful fury, Robin, the boy wonder, arrives to tip the balance. In Gotham's darkness, the hunt has become a battle. Gotham's darkness hangs heavy as Batman and Robin face towering muscle in a brutal, shadow-choked room. Robin catches the crystal just right, turning it into a weapon of pure light. The giant reels, blinded.
Now's your chance, Batman. What teamwork?
For one stunned heartbeat, the brute sways, then crashes hard to the floor as the other giant charges in.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Stand where you are, Batman. A bullet will end your life.
Gunfire explodes through the room, but the Dark Knight stands unshaken while one man drops. Batman does not.
Miss Page, Robin, Batman, I figured you'd fix Granda some way. Well, Granda, we've got you this time.
Gotham's night is a blackened maze of steel and shadow, and Granda bolts like a cornered rat. Behind him, the Dark Knight gives chase with cold, relentless purpose.
Not yet, you haven't.
Granda tears down the road, two figures snapping into pursuit as the city blurs around them. Batman takes the wheel and the police car lurches after him, roaring into the dark.
He's getting away, come on.
Hold on to your seat, boy.
Hairpin turns and screaming tires hurl them toward the edge of town. Ahead, a drawbridge begins to rise, opening its jaws for a passing steamer.
The drawbridge is opening. Better hold tight, we're going to try to make it.
The car rockets toward the gap, the water below churning like a hungry abyss. One split second will decide whether the chase ends in triumph or a plunge into the depths. Gotham at night, shadows lengthen over the city as a racing car tears toward a yawning chasm. Batman moves with impossible precision, closing in on Granda's flashing automobile. Up over the gap, the Bat leaps from the speeding car and hurls himself through the open window in one lethal motion.
This ends your blackmail, Granda.
Later, in the hidden room, the stolen recordings and secrets finally lie exposed. The trap is broken and the truth comes roaring into the light.
Nice work, Gordon. Granda's men confessed to the murder of Henry Abbott. Abbott was going to tell the police about the blackmail, so Granda killed him to protect himself.
Granda, you're getting the chair for this.
The police department thanks Batman and Robin for a job well done. In Gotham, justice is rare, but tonight, the Dark Knight has made the city a little less afraid.
See what I mean by doing your homework and gaining the respect of your fellow man.
Okay, you win.
Gotham gives way to the North Woods, where colossal trees rise like ancient giants against the night sky. Beneath them, a lumber camp clings to the darkness, small, fragile, and already touched by menace. Here, saws bite into timber and axes strike with fatal rhythm, toppling the great trunks to the ground. Each crashing fall shakes the earth like a thunderclap. Into this wild land come Batman and Robin, drawn by rumor, danger, and the promise of a mystery waiting in the dark. Above them, the moon watches like a cold, white eye.
The North Woods, and a mystery steeped in murder. Stay sharp, Robin.
Right, Batman? If someone's behind this, we'll find them before the night gets any darker.
The forest looms ahead, its shadows deep as a grave, while the camp waits in uneasy silence. Somewhere among the giants of wood and moonlight, a killer has already left his mark. Gotham glitters under a smothering night sky, but even in the city's high society, greed casts a longer shadow than the moon. Bruce Wayne stands amid the polished chatter, while a newspaper headline hangs in the air like a death sentence.
I still say that money isn't everything.
The morning paper thrusts a murder into the room. Matthew Powell, Lumber King, slain and his fortune suddenly a battlefield. Shock turns the elegant gathering cold.
Killed, come on, let's get out of here.
Whispers race through the crowd. The adopted son, Jack Clayton, was suspected and released, but the will has split the family like an axe through timber. Nora Powell demands answers.
Who is this adopted son?
Jack Clayton, a lumberjack who saved Uncle Matt from a log jam and was taken in as family. I've never even met him.
Nora's curiosity hardens into confidence. She decides to call Jack herself, determined to offer help in the wake of death.
Hello, Jack. This is Nora Powell. I just called to offer my regrets about Uncle Matt. If you need my help about anything, I'll be glad to. Thanks, but I don't need it. I'll send you a check every month for your share of the lumber profits, so you can buy yourself some more fur coats and fancy gowns to wear around nightclubs.
Nora freezes, humiliated and burning with fury. In the hush after the call, a new resolve takes hold. If Jack thinks she can't do anything, she'll prove him wrong.
Who does he think he is? I'm going to show him I can do things as well as he can.
Gotham fades into the cold whisper of the night, but Bruce Wayne has no time for the city's shadows. A trip to the North Woods is arranged, and beneath the polite smile, another investigation begins.
Sure, why not?
Bruce, how would you like to spend a vacation in the North Woods?
The journey begins at dawn, and by the next day the pair is headed north through a world of ice cream, candy, and innocent conversation. But Bruce's hand moves with practiced secrecy, and a note is slipped to the boy in passing.
Ice cream, candy, here you go, mister.
By the following day, the North Woods rise ahead of them, a forest of towering trunks and looming silence. Then the road narrows and danger falls from above.
Look at the size of those trees.
I'll say there's the camp lookout.
Gotham's shadows stretch long over the campgrounds as Batman pads silently through the dark, every step a whisper of vigilance.
Robin stays sharp.
Inside the tool shed, a saboteur works fast, coating saws and axes with acid to cripple the lumber operation.
A little acid on these tools and they'll crack up when they try to use M on timber. That'll slow up the lumber output, and that Powell dame will be glad to sell her share to Clayton.
But the scheme is already under a darker gaze, and the trap is about to spring shut.
Not quite, fellow, not quite. I'll bathe you in acid. Come on, Robin. I want to look around.
No, wait. I saw two figures move into the tool shed.
Sorry, I prefer water.
Okay, wise guy, you asked for it.
But the assault turns deadly in an instant, and in the chaos, a desperate cry cuts through the dark.
Batman, I need help.
You've been running long enough. Talk, or this gets worse.
No, I'll talk. Look out, the whole camp's coming this way.
Then go through the back window.
That hook, it must have killed him instantly. How terrible. What was he doing here in the middle of the night?
Gotham at night, shadows lengthening over a grim investigation as Batman studies a strange bottle of acid at the scene. Even the air feels poisoned by suspicion.
What is a bottle of acid doing here? As a friend of Police Commissioner Gordon, I've learned detective procedure. I believe you're right about it being a matter for the police. All these accidents.
You detective work, bah. This man's death was accidental, and don't try to make a police case out of it.
But Bruce Wayne is already uneasy, and the next morning brings no relief. In the daylight, danger wears a polite face.
Miss Powell, I'd like you to meet Mr. Asher. He owns the Asher Lumber Company nearby.
Now, don't start getting jittery. I'll be around to see that nothing happens to you.
Deep in Clayton's cabin, greed sharpens every word. Outside the window, a small figure listens in silence, catching the poison of a plotted betrayal.
You've got to make her sell out to you, and then I'll buy your complete holdings or else.
I refuse to sell to Asher or you.
And by the way, what made you suddenly decide to buy my share? You said the value was going down.
I've got my reasons. Either take my offer or leave it, but you'd better take it.
Not threatening are you, Claytons.
Then the tension snaps like a wire under strain. Bruce turns toward the logger train, while behind the lies, a darker force is already in motion.
Now I came down here to ride on the logger train. Want to come along, Bruce? No OOs think I'll take a long nap.
Gotham's night is all iron rails and black pines as the log train rumbles into danger. High atop the freight car, Nora lies helpless while the car lurches backward toward doom.
My, this is exciting. Wait till the real excitement begins, lady. It's beginning right now.
Unshackled by the murderous logger, the log car sways and rocks perilously, hurtling down the track. He wants it to look like an accident that will never be questioned. Then from a nearby thicket, a dark shape flashes into the night. Batman swings aboard the avalanche on wheels, landing with lethal precision.
Got to work fast. The car's going to go off any moment now.
With the train bucking beneath him, the Dark Knight snatches the limp girl under one arm and makes a desperate leap. One heartbeat too late, and the rails would claim them both.
Wow, now that's what I really call a leap for life.
Later, Nora awakens in confusion, piecing together fractured memories of the log train and a masked figure in the dark. Somewhere behind the lies, a conspiracy is beginning to surface.
Where am I? An awful man hit me on the log train, and I swear I remember a masked figure. At that moment, I heard Asher tell Clayton to sell.
You're trying to kill me just as you killed your father. You can't deny that a hired thug of yours tried to murder me.
I did not kill my father, and as for that log of pure imagination on your part,
Mr. Wayne, Miss Powell says if you've a mind to meet her over by the log chute, alone.
Gotham's nightmare deepens in the dark beneath the city, where a murderous machine threatens to claim its next victim. Nora is hurled along the timber chute, fighting for her life as logs thunder downward like a wooden avalanche. "Help my arm's broken." In that hideous instant, the boy beside her throws off the helplessness of innocence and becomes Robin, the boy wonder. A single spring sends him onto the chute, landing like a daredevil in the teeth of disaster.
Hold on, Nora, I've got you.
Robin rides the snapping logs like a cowboy on a wild bronco, one wrong step away from death. Below him, Nora's raft smashes into the water with brutal force, and she's thrown hard off balance. One slip and I'm done for. But Nora claws at her single-planked raft with desperate strength, refusing to let the current take her. At last, she catches herself and steadies on the trembling timber. "Made it, got to hold on, got to." Then the nightmare fades back into the cover of the camp, and the danger gives way to another kind of truth. The boy in the storm is Dick Grayson, ward of Bruce Wayne, far from safe and far from finished. Gotham's darkness gives way to a feverish rescue as Robin spots Nora ahead and launches himself across the swaying, rolling logs. The river roars below, carrying them all toward disaster.
I've got to reach her now. Trouble again.
Enemy loggers close and fast, darting after him over the slick, wax-smooth timber. Robin fights for balance as the logs buck and spin beneath his feet.
Get that kid.
Have a bath on me.
With a sudden burst of precision, Robin's footwork turns the fight into a blur of motion, and his second attacker goes crashing away. But Nora's pain overwhelms her, the broken arm, the rushing river, the terror of it all.
I can't.
She faints as the log is dragged up into the conveyor feeding the sawmill, helpless in the machinery's grip. Meanwhile, Robin's log is shoved clear of the jam and sent racing on downstream.
Haha, so long, kid.
But the river isn't done with him yet. One wrong turn, one hidden danger, and Robin is still fighting to stay alive in the nightmare currents of Gotham's wilderness. Gotham's darkness deepens as the log races toward the roaring falls, the river below churning like a hungry abyss.
I'm going over.
At the last split second, a cloaked figure sweeps out over the waterfall, dangling by a silken thread of rope. One gloved hand snatches Robin back from death's edge.
This is our chance to get rid of both meddlers.
Drop that knife.
Batman and Robin swing back into the fight just in time, cutting through the danger with relentless precision. Meanwhile, inside the sawmill, the unconscious Nora slides closer and closer to a gigantic buzzsaw. Its jagged teeth hum with the promise of death. Every second counts in this nightmare of timber and steel, and in Gotham, the next heartbeat could be the last. Gotham at night, shadows lengthen over the dark streets as danger closes in. A woman is snatched back from disaster in the nick of time.
You interfered once too often, Asher.
But a steady voice cuts through the darkness behind him, calm and deadly. The intruder turns and finds the Batman standing in the shadows.
Drop that gun, Asher, now.
I'll shoot you down just like you did my foster father. He beat me till I had to tell you.
Relax, Asher.
The next morning, Bruce Wayne hears the truth from Clayton, and the deadly scheme begins to unravel. Greed, blackmail, and murder have all led back to Asher.
Asher murdered Mr. Powell because he wanted control of Powell Lumber.
Yes, he planned to frame me with his lies and use those accidents to force a sale.
He even bought off my men and tried to have Miss Powell killed when she refused to sell.
You had so much money already. I thought you could spare a little to save me from a murder charge.
I was wrong about you, Nora. I judged you too quickly.
Bob Kane, I'd better find Dick and head home.
And then, without a word, the Batman and Robin vanish into the woods. In Gotham, even love and justice disappear into the night.
Listen, Horatio, about that poultry racket job you gotta get.
Hold it, someone's outside.
Oh, hello. I was just waiting for a streetcar.
With startling suddenness, the mantled intruder sweeps forward Batman, a living shadow dropped into the room like vengeance from the night.
I always believe in the element of surprise, to steal a march on your opponent. See what I mean? Now, I think we ought to have a little talk.
Gotham at night, shadows lengthening over a city already strangled by crime. In the darkness, the Batman speaks to a thug and a hand reaches for the light switch. The lights wink out at once. In the blackness, the ambush snaps shut around the dark night.
Okay, now's our chance, slug him.
The police are drawn by the gunfire, but when they arrive, they find only a dazed Batman fighting for freedom.
Sorry, I've got other plans.
The Batman drops to safety, vanishing through the chaos while the cops shout after him. Later, in Freddie Hill's place, a new scheme takes shape in the smoke and whispers.
The Batman's wise to the fact that Delmer is really head of the rackets in this ward. We got to get rid of Delmer before that happens, and somebody else can take the rap. Now listen, you go to Delmer's office and wait. Any client shows up and then you.
At that instant, a new thought flashes through the night mind of Bruce Wayne. Tomorrow, he'll investigate as a gentleman, and no one will suspect a thing. The next morning in Gotham, pale light cuts through the gloom. In a quiet office, tension coils like a live wire.
What are you so nervous about, Weasel? What is it?
Yes, Miss O'Donnell, there's a Mr. Wayne here to see you, sir.
Bruce Wayne moves for the back door, trying to vanish before anyone notices, but the trap is already snapping shut.
I'd better get out by the back door. Won't look so good for somebody to see me.
Mr. Wayne, I want some help on my stocks. Drop that gun, Mr. Wayne.
With a cry, the murderer lifts the weapon high, fires into his own hat, then hurls the smoking gun straight into Bruce's hands.
What?
Mr. Wayne, you killed him, you murderer.
Panic explodes through the room as the police rush in, drawn by the screams and the shot. And in an instant, Bruce Wayne stands accused of murder.
What's happened?
That man murdered Mr. Delmer. He killed him.
Gotham at night, shadows lengthening over a rain-slick street as the trail leads to Venner's apartment. The city holds its breath. One wrong move and a witness could vanish forever. The newspapers said this was Venner's address. Inside the apartment, the answer comes in the form of armed men and a panicked hostage. Hill's crew has come to silence Weasel before the truth can reach Bruce. Robin hears the threat and forgets his own safety. Thinking only of Bruce's peril, he dives into the fray. The mob turns, chaos explodes, and Weasel seizes the moment. With the gunmen scrambling after him, he bolts for freedom, while Robin is left in the middle of a deadly trap. Gotham at night, the streets slick with rain and danger. A terrified man flees through the shadows as a heavy car bears down on him.
Here he goes, I'll. Put that rod away, I got a better idea, get in that car.
The hit-and-run leaves a twisted body in the gutter, the darkness swallowing the crime. But Weasel Venner isn't dead, only shattered, clinging to life in a cruel coma.
He's in a coma. I'll have to put a police guard on the room. This man is an important witness in a murder trial.
The accident makes headlines, and Freddie Hill sees opportunity in the wreckage. If Weasel wakes up and talks, the whole scheme could collapse.
You've got to bum that gun off. Remember that night the cops saw Batman in Delmer's office? I think I got an idea how to use that.
A cheap costume becomes a weapon in the hands of desperate men. In Gotham, even a masquerade can become a frame-up.
You'll get by, now try to plug Weasel when the cops see you, then they'll be sure the Batman is on this.
And beneath it all lies the most dangerous secret of all. Would the city dare believe that Bruce Wayne and the Batman are one and the same? Gotham at night, shadows lengthening over a hospital fire escape as a bat-shaped figure climbs toward a lit window. Inside, danger waits in the dark. He swings into the room, revolver in hand, then a nurse stumbles in by accident. Panic explodes in an instant.
Help, police.
The officers outside rush in as the figure vanishes into the night, and the room fills with accusations. In Gotham, a glimpse is enough to convict.
There he goes, it's the Batman. He tried to kill Venner.
Who?
Later, the city twists the story even further. The papers scream his guilt while the streets swallow the truth.
Not me, I'm not going back. The place is alive with cops. We fixed it so the Batman looks guilty of trying to kill a witness.
Here, yeah, read all about it. The Batman tried to kill the Wayne murder witness.
Elsewhere, Dick stares at old city maps deep in the library, piecing together a path through Gotham's hidden veins. And in a prison cell, Bruce Wayne paces like a caged animal, desperate to clear his name.
I've got to prove I'm innocent. What's that noise there?
A stone in the floor begins to slide open, revealing a secret beneath the cell. In Gotham, even the walls have hidden doors. Gotham broods in the dark, its shadows pressed tight against stone and steel. Somewhere below the streets, a secret escape is already in motion.
Robin, how did you?
SHH. I brought a dummy to take your place.
The disguise is set on the bunk, a cruel little trick to fool the guards for a while. In the dead silence, they'll think the prisoner still sleeps.
That should keep them fooled.
Why, it's a sewer. How did you find out about it?
I read that you were placed in the old cell blockhouse. The sewer blocks were being remodeled, so I checked the library. Old maps revealed this tunnel running parallel to your cell. I brought your costume with me.
Moments later, Bruce Wayne vanishes into the night and the Dark Knight rises in his place. Now Batman moves with purpose toward Delmer's apartment, hunting the evidence that could free Bruce Wayne.
To Delmer's apartment. The Batman is going to find the proof.
Inside the apartment, the air is thick with suspicion. A car outside, an abandoned trail, and the unmistakable sense that someone beat him here.
This is it. And from that car over there, I'd say someone else was here before us.
He searches every corner, every shadow, every hidden space, but the records are still gone. Then from the darkness, a familiar voice strikes like a knife.
We can't find it.
Then keep looking. Delmer hid those records somewhere. Those records would blast me right into a prison cell if the cops should find them.
Hill, you're looking for the records too.
Coincidence, isn't it? The Batman.
Gotham at night, where every alley hides a lie and every shadow can turn deadly. The Dark Knight and his allies strike with perfect timing.
Let's see how you can fight. Here's a little treatment for a headache.
A sharp blow lands and the room reels with tension, but Batman is already moving toward the real prize.
The missing records. He had them hidden in the table leg.
Acting smart, Batman. One move and I'll blow this brat's head off.
Not yet, it isn't.
In a single heartbeat, the balance shifts. The hero's precision cuts through the threat, and the criminal's confidence begins to crumble.
Sorry, Rowan. You're worth much more to me than those records.
Later, on a deserted pier in Gotham, iron weights drag the Dark Knight and Robin toward the Black River below. Above them, death itself seems to breathe with the tide.
Sink them down to the riverbed, where the water steals the last breath from their lungs.
Elsewhere, Weasel jolts awake from his coma as panic erupts in the infirmary. His nurse turns to summon the doctor, too late to stop what comes next.
Oh yeah, we'll see about that. I'm gonna die anyway, but I'll show Hill what it means to double-cross me.
When the nurse returns, Weasel is gone, vanished through an open window into the night. In court, Bruce Wayne stands accused of murder, while Gotham's officers race back with a terrifying truth.
Find him before it's too late.
For at that very moment, Bruce Wayne, the Batman, is fighting for his life at the bottom of the river. He He claws at the ropes binding him, raking them against jagged stone as darkness closes in. Then at last, something catches his eye in the murky gloom, a tin can drifting in the current. In Gotham, even the smallest object can mean the difference between death and escape. Gotham at night, shadows lengthening across a courtroom where truth is fighting for its life. The air is thick with smoke, accusation, and the cold gleam of justice gone wrong. At the table, a desperate man claws at the last scraps of evidence, but the records are gone. And in the darkness of the room, Batman's name is spoken like a threat.
Hold it just a moment more, that's enough. There are no records, no Batman, no Robin to put the finger on me. Not a finger, the whole fist, the Batman, now let's finish them. Robin, it's a pleasure. I say Bruce Wayne proved his guilt by breaking jail and...
Bruce Wayne is not guilty. Here's the man who can tell you who killed Horatio Delmer, his gang chief.
He's lying. He beat me up to take the rap for Bruce Wayne. Ask him why he tried to kill Venner in the hospital. Yes, the police saw you there with a gun in your hand.
It's easy for anybody to put on a Batman costume and throw suspicion on me. Yes, and just as easy for you to slander a dead man's name because he cannot defend himself. Batman, I accuse you of aiding and abetting Bruce Wayne to escape jail, attempting to murder a court witness, and obstructing justice.
Wait, Commissioner Gordon appeals to the jury. I speak for the Batman, the friend of the people.
And then Gordon's voice rises above the chaos, defending the Dark Knight as a necessary force in a city too broken for clean hands. But in Gotham, even the strongest testimony can't silence the coming storm. Gotham's rain-slick streets fade into memory as the scene shifts to a grim hall of justice. In the shadows of the city, a truth is being spoken at last.
Washington, the Wright brothers, Lincoln, Edison, and others. They were dreamers too, who proved their theories and made sacrifices so we might live in safety and comfort. The Batman has done that too. This man has saved a nation's gold reserve, fought saboteurs, beaten the Joker, the puppet master, and other crime geniuses. He risks his life every day to save others, never carries a gun, and with his young friend Robin, fights crime with the courage born of love for his fellow man. This is the Batman. Perhaps this comes a little late, but I, the police commissioner of Gotham City, appoint you an honorary member of the police department. From now on, you work hand in hand with the police.
Thank you, sir. I only wish I could find the proof that will clear Bruce Wayne's innocence.
Jury's innocent. I killed Delmer on orders from Hill.
The room erupts in shock as the confession tears through the air. And in the aftermath, one brutal truth remains: Bruce Wayne's fate still hangs on the shadow of the Batman.